dímelo, mi gente, que lo que y'all already know. This is Punsh Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know the former lightweight king, Teofimo Lopez, a.k.a. The Takeover, is back August 13th versus Pedro Campa. And y'all already know in the 135, when he beat Lomachenko, it was not disputed that he was the top dog. Sure, the undisputed was disputed because of what the WBC did, but we all know that who was the top dog, the king. Hey, in the lightweight division, Devin Haney is the undisputed. No dispute. But it's disputed that he's the top dog. Man, all that for people having dispute that you're the top dog and you're undisputed? No dispute. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, Gervonta Davis and Lomachenko's the top dogs. And the most money they could make in the lightweight division is Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. But we want them to go for legacy because legacy reigns supreme. But anyway, Teofimo Lopez need to make a statement in 140 because I know there's going to be some backlash if he goes a whole 12. You know, people are going to say, does his power transition to the 140-pound division? Now, of course, you know, man, he's been struggling to make 135, so he should be very, very comfortable. Pedro Campa, of course, there's people out there that's critiquing the opponent, but in my opinion, coming up from an L, still young, I think it's smart. It was a smart matchmaking. Pedro Campa is not no walk in the park because he's not ranked and stuff like that. Not politically ranked, because that's what happens to a lot of fighters. They're politically ranked. So there's people out there that be like, oh, Pedro Campa is, who's this guy? Have you studied Pedro Campa? No. Y'all haven't studied Pedro Campa. That's what I'm talking about, the hardcore boxing fans. It's a lot of fake hardcore boxing fans, and they're just casuals because you say that, oh my God, who he's fighting? Who's this? Who's this? Have you studied Pedro Campa? No. Okay. So I'm not gonna say he's a world beater, but I'm gonna say like that he's a live dog. He's a live fighter. He's a live fighter that just if you don't come prepared, if you think you're gonna overlook Campa, because you know what happened when fighters overlook, you get a Cambosa. So ladies and gentlemen, he gotta make a statement versus this guy to really solidify himself as an official 140-pounder and an elite 140-pounder, because of course you've been a champion in 135, and once you go to the next division, you're gonna be ranked high. Teofimo Lopez in almost all the belt federation is already ranked high because he was the undisputed champion. But you could dispute that all you want. He was the top dog. Anyway, you can't dispute that. So he needs to make a statement. He needs to make a statement that his power has transitioned, that he's comfortable, that he's ready, that he's healthy, that he needs to prove to the people out there. Don't necessarily got to prove it's a punch run boxing, but you know, we break it up boxing logically and objectively. He got to prove to the people that his mind is right, that he's happy, that he's hungry, that he's starving to be great, in which I've stated that I believe that he will be king like he was in 135 in the 140-pound division. But I think it's even going to be harder than 140. It's going to be harder with the likes of Regis Progress, which I think is going to be his hardest fight at 140. Ryan Garcia called them out. He's staying on 140, so they're going to be an intriguing matchup. That's a good, intriguing matchup, money matchup, just like the Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. But of course, that's a big fight, not only in that division or any other division, but that's one of the biggest fights. I believe that's the biggest fight in the sport of boxing in terms of lucrative. So I think that Teofimo Lopez need to prove a lot of things for the people that, you know, felt like, you know, that, you know, he might not be hungry, he might not be focused. He, the outside life has taken over his mental estate. So he got to prove that everything is all good and ready to go. And I think he needs to make a statement versus Pedro Campa, like Devin Haney need to make a statement in the lightweight division so he can get respected and he can bring some weights on those undisputed belts, because I think it's unfortunate that people feel the way that they feel in the lightweight division. You know what I'm saying? You can't be undisputed, not disputed, and then you're not even top 2. You put top 3, just like Sean Porter said in the recent interview. He got Gervonta Davis, Lomachenko as 1, number 2, and then Devin Haney as number 3. How? You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people agree with Sean Porter. And because Devin Haney need to make a statement, just like I believe that all these young fighters does got to make a statement if you want the ultimate respect, even though I believe that every fighter should get the respect, but you get the respect in terms of you are the it factor. You are that guy. You got to make statements like Bam Rodriguez. You got to make statements like Teofimo Lopez did it versus Lomachenko. You got to make statements like Ryan Garcia did Fortuna. You got highlight reels. You got to give that to the fans. And the fans, you got to be fan friendly so the fans can be friendly towards you. You know, Shakur Stevenson versus Jamel Herring. Javante Tan Davis. Yeah, Rolly is not top 10, but he's making a statement that capitalized to give the imaginations to the fan that you are that guy. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that. And if you levels above your opponent, you got to make a statement on those opponents. You got to take them out. And this is the reason why Teofimo Lopez will have to take this guy out. If it goes 12 with campa, people going to criticize it. So you got to make a statement for 140 that he's here and he's a force to be reckoned with. And maybe Teofimo Lopez is going to be calling out Ryan Garcia because Ryan Garcia called him out. So there's going to be a goodie. August 13th, Las Vegas. Let me know what y'all think. Does he need to make a statement? I believe he needs to make a major statement in 140 because 140 you got Josh Taylor still. You got Regis Progress, like I mentioned. You got Jose Ramirez, Cepeda, Barbosa, who performed the other week. And also you got Antoine Russell, who's a force to be reckoned with, in my opinion, as well. And the guys are going to be moving up. So let's see what Teofimo Lopez is going to do. I believe that he's ready. I believe that he's going to take over the 140. I believe he's going to be king in 140. But it's going to be probably a harder road in 140 because I believe the 140 right now is the best division in sport of boxing. If these guys are eventually going to be moving up, like Javante Davis, Ryan Garcia is already there. Javante Davis already been there. So this is intriguing. Sergey Lipinyan has moved back down to the 140. It's a goodie. It's a goodie.